Well, have you sought a comment from the Attorney General? Seek a comment from the Attorney General, because Sedina was convicted on very credible evidence and all, and he conducted the appeal. So find out from the current Attorney General what he feels about the acquittal of Sedina and why Sedina was acquitted. I don't know why she was acquitted. So find out from the current Attorney General why that happened.
But we are told that at the High Court, it was not, you didn't prove your case beyond reasonable doubt.
It cannot be the case at all. You see in the judgment of the High Court, yes, Sedina actually absconded after she had actually been confronted with the evidence led by the prosecution. It was not for nothing. So I'm saying, find out from the current Attorney General. You know the kind of opposition that he mounted to the appeal? Or was there any opposition at all? I don't know. That's it.
Is all going well with Hanan's case?
As far as we know, yes.
You sought to halt proceedings and to go to the Court of Appeal.
That was dismissed.
Yes, and unjustifiably, as far as I'm concerned, because the matters that we raise are very fundamental. The charge sheet is very defective, but defective not only because of 2 counts that the judge struck out the last time. Is the whole of the charge sheet is defective. And I think it's important that the Court of Appeal determines it, and we have filed an appeal and repeat the state of proceedings. It's important that we know that when the state of proceedings is refused at the High Court, we can repeat it at the Court of Appeal. So we did repeat the stay at the Court of Appeal.
You didn't seem pleased when the charge had indicated that he'd be sitting throughout the legal vacation, especially after getting a circular from the Judicial Secretary.
Yes, because that's unjustified haste, and that is unprecedented. It has never happened at all. I don't understand why they are in such ambulance haste. I mean, in the days of the MPP and all these trials were going on, did you see any of them being conducted in the vacation? Never at all. Never at all was any person tried in the vacation. It has never happened since 1982, and I do not think it should happen, and indeed we protest the directive given by the Chief Justice for it to happen now. Why? What's the circumstance here? Why so much urgent need to have accused persons tried in the vacation? If we've not been able to try Hanan all along, it's not my fault. It is their own doing that they discontinue the prosecution and all that. If all the charges have been defective and they decide to withdraw at one point and come back, and they have been ordered to amend and all that, it's their own doing. It cannot be as a result of my default. And so there's no justification for the order for the accused persons to be tried in the vacation. We are going to protest the directive, and we'll do so accordingly.
I mean, back to the said, now will you advise the Attorney General to appeal the decision of the Court of Appeal?
Oh, definitely.
And some so what NDC, Yura Mahama Part 2 will say, papa. Where baby am tie, any baby a doctor tie, a ho, and ana no true agbesi etie. Ena omuka so mu de ne ban, me ka say e settings. No mu de ne ban no ma begya no, na ye scam no ba ko no. Me say bisa say obedru ye no. Ni enim baby owo. Last 2 weeks you say when you can say me trust them no so. Me na me nim say from day one. Ah mo ka say wo mo I started extradition there ben no mo de ne ba no. No mo de ne ba begya no so mra no ma di ne fetri ne akpele ne fetri na ne ho nto no.
For 3.
Okay. Ena abamu no. Say aban we buy one high profile cases. Obia no omunam omo bank so amankrofo ahwiri sika twitwiri die. Enumpo NDC for the general so ye campaign. One near Susu, including current finance minister, almost maniedi. Aban we buy the first stepper, Attorney General, Yura, Dominic Ayeni, Ayeni say, or CBB a friend Nolly prosecutor. Minim ni twi, lawyer never hey. Just a chance him no mu. Munkonfie, Minyada, you come, you could disasem no. Say a year meritorious so. Say ye meritorious so, or so no dear, on shenim bunkum, and shenip fa, on peneton, and penenoa. wa hwie aduane ni nyina to agu munkom fie ya san bejai we nti se pa no wo mko fa time bi ba ya nti obi ye clearing agent se hwan pa na Ghana ha o ye clearing agent we ye wura Muhammad fiwa hwan ye clearing agent emma implication of sa action see enra anana no togba fede actually o can say be time omudi 150 years of Supreme Court or see and somewhere coso court them ho any dear omususu say justice ni bi ye no emma yanya yeti oman yi mu no ye gidie e wo the judicial system no e conform. Two, politically one eto abama yen see emebu oman no gidie a wo mo ye mu no it will continue to sink because as somewhere ye beka no enya ni di so enti aden enti court no men ko kan makoye contempt of court bia na mom court ba ko adi ma me no akasa edi ensem ni bi ho gi tumo sika no na ase yemfa koma edwomfo no na ankoduru no o ka se sika negu account wo ko hwe account na sika no enti sika no fa hene Wontumi dia no bodwe ya the circumstantial evidence call them 20 years onu dia no bodwe enti ya masim no akoni say ya nana yaw ya de haye ho so man na nye esi ya man nyina esi ya trase nka president Mahama otumi hu say dio ama na attorney general na crofo ya high profile cases obi aba kofie kodi kokodi fufu kokodi du akpere kokodi acheke koye we say no nana yaw say o man no ya hwen kan ye Supreme Court say Ghana or chiremu say political parties
enti bi e beti bia no o se Ghana 40 enti e chiremu say asemo ye ti ya ye de betu dwa no na eye asem konti akoto bubia elimu enti ene ye kran ni na bam na ye ni na no mo bezu ni se NDC for no research na omuka so mo be ye na awofofro no nya awofofro eye data na eniema data na tsokana omuye ya nsa no mu ko position 2016 no enu a no maba ebeto aso ye ni wa asese free mu so sisi ye wa omoye nyina hanu no he obekaya ebra agbesiwo yomi efa Ghana fo sika ofa nyansa kwanso ema aban tia no sika bia na ensem fata fe itia no eno mo share that ne ko gina court there we hear drama bit said here omo person omo dia agbesiwo yomi court tu person omo de court tu ena omo ye kumisa na court ija no ye de okoye ne omo se omo yesa se be ya 2016 elections no omo be wini ana Ghana for who say e krokro de job na no omo ye in 2016 omo kitia omo enye pipi de ba ya yi chi say e pese e koji de japade e di tia kanka ana abai de tena ho a enka se sika no se senke ye case no omo ye na to class enti we ya esire enye no wawa o sha omo ba ba mu NDC ni bia no standard trial bia no omo manager no man koye so there be a sabi banking sector cleanup sika kudi kura na e wose sika no ye hwena nki ye sika na bra nipa na nkasa mpo adwo krata na kasa sika no kia no omo ba omo so makoye settlement sika no nipa kro no unchia mu 60% na 40% de onfa so entwi enye no wawa omusiwo obuban omude baye no saa pepepe omude to aso na
lawyer ayi menim wade ese emra no adamu na mabingum na mum metie yenua yi a wo court a no wo boy amane no a wo kire se me court a me se lawyer na neje baafo we did 10,000 Ghana cedis. But man, to me, I'm far dance here a canwa masse and pat 10,000 now dear. What the 1 cedi to shirt, what the 2 cedi to bow fruit, and now the 3 cedi to bicycle, and now the bit to credit. Man, to me, I'm proving, sir.
The patrol, I dance here any day. I dance here, and say, need to be a woman more some no be what friend say or make it be. And I try to be a wash and no walk of our body, a baby dance here. And now see the fool be a wash and walk of us so it could be a dance here. Madam Sedina Tamakloe, charge back why the board only say. Company be a friend of our camper, micro finance. About camper microfinance free. Maami di sika ma omo se ode bo omo besi. Eye maslo fo sika. Ode ma omo se ode bo omo besi. Ni mi abema. So ni se o bo bi besi. Woni no enya entiase efa besi no ho. Efa insihu a ode be ma wo. Eni bra obi tua ansa na adi sika na yede amano. Maami wa anye sa otem sika no ema no. Actually, answer na odi hunsi hu ebuo no all the country they say sika me de ma wo no hunsi hu ye na ma me papa na ayi bank no microfinance for the say if you we dey yen tia enti sika ne de brew na o ka kire the say sika no ma on famrew ni mu onko ma on fam ko to maslof wa ka usunu Limu unsia obatuna tuta was pentex no first kanema. Ena usia obatuna tuta and sana eye maslof musikan. Wa vanko to maslof wa account mu. En usia obatuna tuta no this kanema. Apana udi se adwuma no. The pacho oba bank oba court be adanse. Eno nya adanse. Edikan.
Na nim se bia waje ye no osan de koto maslock for account mu se okodi you no de
yin koto ho maslock for se isi amika se nchao
emetio
e wo mremu no ye ka se mimi emremu no the both be of the secretary say me make allegation na se me come in the negative and you me the prove it me ka se ibi a odi ahinkan wa nkusukua right na odi ahinkan ka se nkusukua enye be necessary me kire se odi ahinkan nkusuku e wo so odi ahinkan ne kire se nkusuku enti CCA almost see sikano ye de mawo osusu o ma fa mawo nipa na ba court abidi adanse ye the bank statement about kire se am basically free bank masloko. And I didn't crack up by saying, can free mass local. And the Nipa now, this is coming brew, no, so I'll be the dancers or this is coming now. The patrol, a dance you baby any year.
Lawyer Sana Mrana, natural one.
The patrol say,
Sana Mrana, natural one, to Sabia, or say, Quabnama for Nankating. And as a salmon, I'm a bachelor, say. Me na nyanketenkete wan
e pa cho pepe e pa beche se kwa na ma fo nyanketenkete mi ye no in a friend saying wa se ni mu no e fa dance di mu no isan se me ma fa dance e na ni para bi dia dance e chese sika no ampa uni se ma me no ye di sika no ma no o tro note e ma wo mu note no say wa acknowledge receipt of the money. As I say, was sign, what your carta, as I say, with Ojitu set in Sarkesicano. Or call you could, or catch you could force a signature now or no. Any signature name will be known in the sign yet. So as I say, and I don't see the ever itiano. And so the catcher will say, said you adansi ni wa na pe minim di adansi ekura eti bi what I say.
Well, firstly, let me seize the opportunity to thank my lords for, in fact, for agreeing with us that in fact, for agreeing with our submissions. So we thank my lords for their erudite reasoning. However, we would just wait for the entire judgment. The lords have said that the judgment will be ready by close of today. So we'll take get copies of the judgment, and then we can peruse it, and then we can make comments subsequently. But I am a happy person, and I believe my client is also will also be happy.
Essentially, what was the gravity or gravamen of your appeal before the Court of Appeal? What were the grounds that you were seeking from the Court of Appeal?
Oh, in fact, I would say in terms of strategy, okay, we had come essentially on very main grounds on the fact that the charge sheet itself was defective, and then secondly that in fact there was no prima facie proper prima facie determination against our client, and then of course we also attacked the judgment itself. So these were the grounds, but as you may have already heard, in fact the court only read their conclusion, and then they only brought on the first leg of our submission, which was the defective charge sheet.
As we speak, what's the state of your client? How is she doing now?
Well, I'm here to speak to her, but I mean, as we all know, she's in Isawom, and I'm sure she may have already heard the news, so I'm sure she'll be happy.
All right. Thank you. Are there any other options that you seek to take, perhaps some civil action against the state?
Well, I don't have such instructions now, but I'm going to sit with my client, and then on the basis of the judgment, we'll see what steps we can take, if any. Thank you.
Must say prosecutions have them and to me move beyond reasonable doubt.
I am the Assemble by Debbie Assemble by Debbie Assemble by
Debbie, I bet one assemble.
Okay,
remix.
I hadn't saw one teacher my own to me. He said, I'm more born, your channel, and I'm more born. He said, be a short will be an expectation. He said, my own to know about two. He said, the power no kuma confirm. You cook the army. The panny, okay. The man at baby will be a told I never do you a free baby. Not wako baby. As a Duncan rather say, the kids no 9 years so no na kutu galam say the mum. Jumadi a diamond no swadania move ya yagina so. O twemfie adu 20 years. And I mean ya bay. Ya more bedroom I am dama. Cause a my bois society. I buy sign you bois contact. Yes, ye case 90 million. I bet down. Na hondo to no ko hwe no yare aba wa ma oba no na se nyina dudu ti wi chi mo wa no ni na enu ani nansa. The case has been acquitted and discharged. E bi na mkoka ya enkofo na de wi to fo mo to se me se me won ni asofo ni etie ni the new patriotic party. Nim say majority of them can read, write and understand. Obia so to say when asem pana sinu no who say oh akwanya na ba menye de birebi na dim na wo bi tai so almost anya story for from me no bi adane hu futufo hene me kopa chew na me nema pani ye kam me kopa chew me ni pass mercy. We had our MPs on beka kire say double salary ani ye kan wase ye twen da yo me na kopa mampani ekufo ado achew onse no na boti afefe we wo kwa me wo kwa na kokofo me nsa na ahia wo ye bon koma ye sere se ko ba so oboda ni say mo mfa no nko ye de me be ko. That is how many young men disappoint ye ba fe ni ye ni ne course school we ba kra ne ba wo ho in na tina classroom and sibiem as if she is acquainted and this time chama Wontumi emra de na ye ni nkaso ate afia ho pati ma ka kire wo kakra bi okay, what? Okay, come out to me. Okay.
But what is the relation?
I'm just a political prisoner.
What is the relation?
Okay. What is the relation?
Sorry, not Tamakloe.
But I saw the kind of conference and I saw the fortune. Now I saw the sicker. And I said, be as a bubble for the stab again. I do not intend to disrespect. And if you be judged, can I bubble for the narcotic? You're charging. And what about one on Tiapo some few weeks? She has
been taking decision.
Got to not taking decision. Got to corner taking decision. Tina make sure me regional chairman.
I want to maybe some question. Be
said, make sure me regional chairman. Now, what the case are court, memoir be swasam. Ya ba bemu fie what? Good years. Make us see for being caught to Abra on your pay. Yanti and Yape because of one give full goods in say the child pan nav. When some of us will hear some of these things, it shuts us down. It doesn't break us, it shuts us down. We might continue. And fear what you know, and see any case of Mobia. Oboba yam see we case ya kwente ya discharge you interested because there was no wrong or yes say there was no wrongdoing but yeah there e bi na kan say asofo me papa no asofo ni we mu obi atum for me ntie no asekere na me kire we also say there was no wrongdoing but yeah there's every wrong with it what say ya no about say ya dey bone
utie ruling now judge say what can say the prosecution could not prove
beyond reasonable doubt.
Just say, Abakwa do bofu no boko edu. Enyina so a ogina so de boko edu. Otimi amoko edu a emu odu chesa semese na so beti se na Tamakloe. Ko edu edi bo ni weni wa fom pa.
Nti yamfa ne nkotum fie du. Say na abaya sesa wade bem. Abaya sesa ya sesa niamam
abon sesa ya
niamam pacho o ka sa ni din agbajo also why you happy who bought some crap out but I'm assuring you 2020 now baba tan ye no ba chi so
ba me dimo ka wasa
am born some pow e bia na sabre bia afo aso o bia na bia afo aso na wa mu kwa bia afo aso na ba ta mo papa de tie ni pacho o se aban kwa before that time aban kwadu before that time who said the one about sere no sere sa be do about one more kwadu obeye want me and prove beyond reasonable doubt me boa o hu re ya we di chema untumi ase o do prove beyond every reasonable doubt e mre bi bepa but o ti chema ka wakoma to ye mu o ko do jay last statement also work hard and bring the party to power obi abetimi adwene bibi odwene me amanyoni me better me mfa microphone si ma no me bo gospel etu microphone o konso ye chi eye political party asam na me kan ha it's me assure me chairman na minim de me kan
ye hwe bibi abra na atemu no koso
ka fa ye si achew
na atemu no koso ni nyina
e je se no pato bi wa ba ma woni skambo
na oni ha leba
wa ya de
leba na oni ha ana yebu asem no se wa fi abrocha bedu no wahunu say wabeyi no ho ano ono akasa ba beyi no ho ano
it's na stopping the second one yeah friend am na ba ye ba such judgment what stop there from coming
sabre no na ebia oni ho ntim ye bokọ edu na so ono abetua yi no ho ano ade wo amosem na me fa ye nyem na me fa ye sika na mosem edu no na ye sei na ye sei sabre oni ho ntim me nya no sa
se no ba ko yi no ho ano
oba bedu ye no
ono akọ yi no ho ano
da before no na camera me sa na wa ha no oh, that
diagram here will show any illustration. I'm sure sometime will come. You will do the same illustration. I trust you. No, me too. I say no. I trust you.
When you crying, when you crying, I church and I'm a court now say Sabran kwa du bofo na moko edu ni yete wura wo song
what one family won body
eja won bi entia
excuse me
mama sambam
o say eno anya no wo dey question your statement na wo ka say dey ba bia ye tie any ha bofo odi o man die eno anu mo o tie so say ye di asem no oni ha wantimi anyi na no phone no kura na ha ba bia ye example na wo yi chama Wontumi time ha ye ma na 20 years no ne kotu galam say no tie judgment no ba ye nyina ya
we no so no wo
to me you no lawyer why the lawyer asem ne da ne nimu o ba kire sa ha ne ha no no so lawyer ni
so no bo asem ne
ba ma judgment na wo
ma me no ya be ma judgment no ya ma lawyer amfra ne so ntia po wada emergency ambulance kwa ba fan ba bi oda kwa nye 20 ma oba Ghana esi otu hiche mo se no honam nye wa honhono wa dodo ne honam dodo ne mfini ba bi tutu no ontimi nko but wa tre hiche ma na so na nte no kokot abraba ne starting na sama ye dia yante ho hwe yante ho machi yante ho de nia asam se dia yo court ontimi kan wa
oba nan sen oh na court
na court na saso kwa dem pato ni kiem won say wo bi sam say ya na senye ya na senye ma ntoma party fo wo mo be dia ban udi omo aban ne political party ne we ne pa wo mbedi post pato ani diem de akoso ya na senye bibi sam party fo obana na me kan ye
Jennifer unyi say it's an opportunity for Kenufurata to come because mamini ni woni nti no high court me pacho high court
ya masam anyi masam se Kenufurata ba so anyi masam da I'm funny ho ameka tira woni ni masam
any opportunity
what am I tell you
Mahama to set Sedina Tamakloe free. Titus Glover leaks secret. How many of us know this gentleman here called Titus Glover? Do you know him? He was the Greater Accra Regional Minister. He also became the CEO, my brother, my sister, of no other place but our aluminium smelting factory, Valco. This blue suit wearing, blue eyeglass wearing Titus Glover is an interesting personality. My brother, my sister, he has spoken and it's all over in the news. Yes, it's all over in the news. Ghana Web has published what he has said. Titus Glover predicts presidential pardon for Sedina Tamakloe. Dash it away. The former Greater Accra Regional Minister. My brother, my sister, he's a politician. He has achieved quite much. Many people know him. But what is this man really saying? Titus Glover. How many of us know this lady called Sedina Tamakloe? Do you know her? She came into the country a few hours ago on extradition from America. A huge she thief. My brother, my sister, who had no regard for the nation, but for her personal self. A thief like that. In my days, women never stole anything. And this woman seemed to be okay until she got an appointment to be the CEO of the NYA, National Youth Authority, by the Mahama government. Right after that, she became the boss of Mass Lock. And it's all about small loans to help Ghanaians come up. Small loans. My brother, my sister, and we were told by the courts as she was convicted that money that was even supposed to go to women in the market who had their shops burnt down because of some market fires. She denied them of the money, lied that she had paid them the money, pocketed the money, and in some cases, she even gave some money out as personal loans to some people and took interest. This she thief, who has no respect for our nation, the nation gave her a lot of trust and put her in a responsible position. Little did we know that she was the wife of Ali Baba with his 40 thieves. She stole a lot of money. My brother, my sister, millions of Ghana cedis. And we broke down everything in a dossier for you. Sedina Tamakloe. My brother, my sister, she went to court and she saw how the case was going. She knew that she was going to lose. She said she was sick and begged, technical term, prayed the court
to allow her to go out there to seek medical attention. Human rights. The court said yes. Oh, she's a woman, she's a lady. She will return and face justice. No, it was an opportunity for her to abscond. She became a fugitive. Ran into America, hiding in different states. When her party, headed by John Dramani Mahama, came back into power, they tried to talk her into coming, but she kept embarrassing the government and making the government look bad in the eyes of the foreign world and the diplomatic world. She will not come. She will not have justice in this country. Look at this thief. Some useless thief. My brother, my sister, until the nation spent a lot of the taxpayers' money running after this thief to bring this thief back to Ghana to face justice. You are not better than the Atais who are in jail. You are not better than all the thieves in jail. She's lucky Agrada is no more in jail. I would have personally sponsored Supi for her and Agrada. I am angry. I am angry, my brother. Look at the suffering of the average Ghanaian. Hospitals have no beds. You have the opportunity. You studied abroad. You came back as a pharmacist. You did so well. The moment you got into politics, the sickness, the demon of Ghanaian politics entered her, and she started stealing with both hands. Not allegedly. She started stealing according to the courts. This is the woman we are talking about. We spent millions to go after her until she was caught by the U.S. Marshals in Texas. She went to court. She was still fighting her case to stay in America. And we ended up having her back. Very soon, foolish Ghanaians are going to go on social media, hold placards. We stand with Sedina. We stand with Sedina. You don't need to be a prophet to know how stupid some Ghanaians are. Watch it soon. We stand with Sedina. The witch hunting must stop. Free Sedina. Tamakloe Ationu. This is what they are going to be saying. Those who benefited a bit from the stolen money, they will come and join hands with her. I am glad. The update is this. She has been given to the prison service. They are preparing her to start a journey of 10 years in jail. But there's one man by name Titus Glover who believes that this is all a charade and that he is not a prophet, but he's prophesying that this woman will not even spend up to 2 years in jail. She would have presidential pardon from John Dramani Mahama. I chased him up for a comment and he gave me one. Watch this.
Yes, I did say this because I'm coming on the grounds of the fact that when the NDC assumed office on the 7th of January 2025, all pending cases against their members, i.e. Dr. Punin, Dr. Unibank, the former finance minister, what is his name? I've forgotten his name. Can you help me? The former finance minister and Professor Mills. There are a couple of their members that have been, their cases have been discontinued where Nolly Prosecco was filed to allow them to go scot-free. So it is on that basis that I foresee that Sedina will not serve a full term in prison whenever she starts. So it is based on that grounds that I did indicate that, look, she can go and serve, but she's not going to last in prison. That's why I said so. If indeed the president want to fulfill the rule of law, the 10 years maximum, she has between 7 to 8 years that she can serve. But where under 2 years, under 3 years, and she's given the presidential pardon, then that would be a very bad precedent to me. That was the basis for saying so. Black.
Interesting. Would you be surprised if she doesn't get any presidential pardon?
It's in the bosom of His Excellency the President. He has the prerogative to pardon or not to pardon. If she served the full term 10 years, and technically it's not going to be 10 years, between 7.5 maximum. So if she doesn't get the full term, then that's it. But where I sit and looking at the trajectory of these knowledge prosecution that was filed against NDC sympathizers, i.e. Dr. Puni and others, where the case has been discontinued, I foresee that she will not serve a full term. Yeah, but if she does, then bingo.
What do you say to people who think that there was some witch hunt by your government? That's why she's where she is now.
Black, you are an investigative journalist. You were in this country when Sedina was given. She was the CEO of Maslock. And we all witnessed the inferno Developmental market, where these traders who went through this ordeal, the government of their time supported them so that they can have something to start life afresh. Unfortunately, the CEO herself, if it had been a support, would have said, "Oh, fine, that." But the whole team of this organization made sure she committed it. It is not witch hunting. Money that is meant for traders of Developmental market that got bent, that was to be given to them to start life afresh, and it ended up in her pocket. She had opportunity to be tried, only to seek permission of the court to seek medical attention, and went and never came back. But the
Honorable Titus Glover, my brother, all he's saying is that since the NDC came into power, some Nolly prosokai, some animal called Nolly prosokai, has been swallowing and devouring cases. Dr. Dufour's case, former finance minister, Nolly prosokai, devoured it. Opuni, Nolly prosequi, swallowed it. Said Wagongo, Nolly prosequi, swallowed it. Or was it the courts that set them free? That's the point he's trying to make. And for him, he has no faith in this government following up on the prosecution of Sedina Tamakloe Atiuno. My brother, where there is a precedence, there is a decadence. My brother, my sister, the precedence of setting alleged criminals free, there is the decadence of justice, prima facie. Let's get more serious. I am worried about how people who, when in opposition, continue to say, "Oh, there is rot, this person is stealing, that person is stealing." Yet when they come into power, they are hardly able to prosecute those people. They are just too excited to be in power. It's their time to steal too. So when the government decides to come into power and does everything possible to pick up alleged criminals, I think that it is worth applauding. Unfortunately, should they get out of power, their own clique would come and free them, unleashing the animal called Noli Prosoquae to devour those cases. The nation loses. We all remember the Muntie guys. Mahama was warned. Mahama, this is a dicey issue. Let the guys be there. They threaten judges, including a female judge. It's serious for our rule of law. Let them be in there. Mahama, don't touch this case. The guys went in there. It was unfortunate. As a journalist myself, I don't want to be in their shoes. Unfortunately, that was where they found themselves. They went in there, and after some months, the president used his own veto power to pull them out of jail. And many Ghanaians were so unhappy. Many say it was one of the reasons Mahama lost the election. Would Mahama look back to the Munte boys and learn a lesson? Or Sedina Tamakloe Ationu would also have that wild animal called Noli Prosoquae unleashed on her case, so that case can be gobbled, so that she walks free? Hey, the case is clear. She defied the president, defied the attorney general, defied the people of Ghana. We had to spend millions to chase her in America and get the U.S. Marshals to bundle her up like a sack of cassava at Bele and bring her all the way back by the nose to Ghana. This woman has no respect for our sovereignty. She deserves to go in there, and when she comes out after full length, my brother, she should go in again for making us chase her like a fugitive. If the president at that time wants to leave her, it's unto them. Wallahi, if this woman is given any presidential pardon, in 2 years or 3 years, and not at least after 5 years, I will be the lone person to be on the street and demonstrate. I will demonstrate against all these politicians who are helping these thieves to disrespect our country. Look what this woman did. The law courts, high court, is not called high for nothing. It's called high because it is high. Slapped her with all this. If anything at all, they could have gone for appeal. They didn't do it. So once she's here, if she wants to go to the appeal court, our ears are to the ground. We are listening and we are watching to see how it will go. But my brother, the way we treat this case is going to determine how the nation would go in our journey of freedom and justice, as we keep proclaiming in our motto. We have to crack the whip. It doesn't matter who comes in line of action. It's a crossfire. Whoever gets caught, let them get caught. If you fall foul to the law, you have to be dealt with. It doesn't matter whether you wear a green or you wear a blue. The most important thing is that Ghana has no color. Ghana represents everybody. When you free your criminals, remember, those in opposition are getting ready to also come and free their criminals. Where would the country go? We, the citizens of Ghana, would fight for yet another independence. From where I sit, I don't see Mahama touching this case. Mahama, yes, he's very empathetic, very merciful, but she has disrespected our sovereignty so much so that we are not interested in this. Look at what happened to Chachuchi Kata. Kufuor threw him in jail. He stayed in jail until Kufuor himself, out of some form of embarrassment, came out to say, oh, good old lawyer, you can now walk. He looked Kufuor in the eye and said, get out of here. I will stay here and fight my case. I don't want any amnesty in my dossier. And he stayed, fought his case legally, and freed himself. So there's no criminality to his name. But this woman is a thief, as told to us by the courts. And Titus Glover is sounding the right warning. It doesn't matter which party he belongs to. It doesn't matter where he's coming from. He says there's a precedence. And where there is a precedence of this nature, prima facie, there is a decadence in our justice system. It's the black pot, aka Coco Show no more. And here we speak. Where is she? Bring her here. Come here. Come here. My brother. Those who want to play the gender card are also waiting. Oh, she's a woman. She's a woman. She has 8 million children to take care of. Oh, she's even breastfeeding. Oh, she returned from America with a pregnancy. Hey, even if she's carrying 6 million babies in the stomach. Hey, create a beautiful hospital in prison to take care of her.